In the history of mixed martial arts, the UFC has featured some of the most devastating knockout artists in the world on its roster. These are the top 7 MMA flying knee knockouts. But before we start, don't forget to punch the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Like and share the video with your friends, and don't forget to watch until number 1, because it will be a big surprise to most of you. Combatants have used a wide range of strategies to end bouts quickly. Whether it was Conor McGregor's left hand that finished Jose Aldo at UFC 194, or Valentina Shevchenko's powerful head kick that KO'd Jessica Ai. The flying knee is one such strategy that has been employed successfully by numerous individuals. At UFC 205, Yoel Romero will face Chris Weidman. At UFC 205, the first UFC event held in New York City since the sport's legalization in the state, middleweights Yoel Romero and Chris Weidman squared off. In the main event, Conor McGregor and Eddie Alvarez battled for the UFC lightweight title. Popular names like Tyrone Woodley, Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Khabib Nurmagomedov were also on the fight card. It was also significant since it was the first of its kind in New York City. Conor McGregor made history by becoming the promotion's first ever dual division champion. Yoel Romero's third round knockout of Chris Weidman in the second bout on the main card was the highlight of the night, long before Conor McGregor won the main event. The Cuban ended up sharing McGregor's performance of the night bonus as a result. This victory was Romero's 8th in a row. He had previously lost just one battle in his extensive mixed martial arts career. For the first 2 rounds, Cuban fighter Yordenis Ugas remained calm and collected while exchanging blows with American opponent Chris Weidman and fending off Weidman's takedown attempts while standing. Indeed, the Soldier of God twice put his opponent on the canvas in the second round, unleashing powerful ground and pound. After Weidman attempted a takedown 24 seconds into the third round, Romero woke up and landed a thunderous flying knee on the American. The former champion was out cold from the intensity of the blow.
Couple really unnecessary shots. He flew.
Number 6, BJ Penn vs Sean Sherk at UFC 84. When he was at his peak, BJ Penn was undefeated and widely considered to be a top contender for the title of greatest fighter in the world at his weight class. The UFC legend and 2-division champion had the longest lightweight championship run in UFC history until Khabib Nurmagomedov surpassed him. At UFC 84, the prodigy competed against Sean Sherk for the lightweight title. The Hawaiian successfully defended his championship with a third-round technical knockout victory in Las Vegas's MGM Grand Garden Arena. The power of Penn's performance was overpowering as he knocked out the Muscle Shark. When Sherk returned to the UFC after being suspended at UFC 73, he found himself completely outclassed by Penn. Sherk had a good third round, landing a couple of major leg kicks, but Penn caught him with a flying knee as time expired. This was the 13th career victory for the Hawaiian.
Left hand, right hand, and there's a big knee. Caught Sean Sherk, and then here's BJ.
Number 4, Edson Barboza vs Beneil Dariush at UFC Fight Night 106. Edson Barboza is widely considered to be among the finest strikers in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. The top lightweight contender in the UFC, Justin Gaethje, a striker in his own right, recently praised him as the opponent he feared the most. Barboza has a wide array of techniques at his disposal and is known for landing some of the most devastating blows in MMA history. One of the most stunning knockouts ever witnessed in the octagon was his knockout of Terry Etim. At UFC Fight Night 106, the Brazilian lightweight contender Beneil Dariush faced off. At first, Barboza seemed to be in control of the fight as he distanced himself from Dariush. Dariush, on the other hand, had a far higher success rate with each of his blows. Interestingly enough, Dariush made a couple of attempts to land a flying knee himself, which Barboza easily evaded. A skilled striker is characterized by knowing just when to begin an attack. To no avail, Beneil Dariush attempted to jab. Dariush was knocked out by the now famous flying knee at that same moment. The fight was stopped by the referee, who declared Barboza the winner.
Excellent combination. One of the few times Barboza's gotten off. He got him!
Number 3, at UFC 239, George Masvidal vs Ben Askren. George Masvidal and Ben Askren faced off at UFC 239 in a welterweight bout. The event was headlined by 2 championship bouts, John Jones vs Thiago Santos and Amanda Nunes vs Holly Holm. Fans at the T-Mobile Arena witnessed arguably the best flying knee knockout in the history of the UFC, when Gamebred knocked out Funky 5 seconds into the first round. It shattered all the record books to become the fastest KO in UFC history. The former ONE FC, now ONE Championship champion, rushed towards Georges Masvidal in the opening seconds. At that point, Masvidal opted to change speed and accelerate. Seemingly out of nowhere, he darted towards Askren, whose only option was to attempt a single leg takedown. What happened next seemed straight out of an action movie. Georges Masvidal charged at Frankie and landed the perfect flying knee, leaving him out cold on the mat. It was the former Olympic wrestler's first loss in his entire MMA career. UFC 239 featured a welterweight fight between Georges Masvidal and Ben Askren. Two title fights, Jones vs Santos and Nunes vs Holm, stole the show at this MMA event. Fans at the T-Mobile Arena saw game-bred knockout Frankie in the first round with a flying knee, in what is perhaps the finest knockout in UFC history. For the record, this knockout was the quickest in UFC history. The first few seconds of the fight saw the former ONE FC and now ONE Championship champion charging at Georges Masvidal. Masvidal then shifted gears and sped up, darting towards Askren, who could only try a single leg takedown. The events that followed looked to have been lifted from a Hollywood thriller. Georges Masvidal came charging at Frankie and hit a beautiful flying knee, knocking him out. The Olympic wrestler had never been defeated in his mixed martial arts career until now.
The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
Number 2, Spencer Fisher vs Matt Wyman at UFC 60. Let's begin by going back to the year 2006, when lightweight Spencer Fisher and Matt Wyman faced off against one another in the Staples Center. Wyman took a step back and mocked Fisher by waving his finger in a no motion as Fisher completed, delivering several punches. Fisher took advantage of the situation as soon as Wyman let his guard down and delivered a flying knee, which caused Wyman to lose consciousness and fall to the ground while bleeding from the forehead.
To open this up.
Good combination. Wyman says flying knee.
Number 1, Corey Sandhagen vs Frankie Edgar UFC Fight Night. Sandhagen delivered an unbelievable knockout punch which ended the bout in its entirety only 28 seconds into the bout. Sandhagen landed a flying knee on Edgar's chin as he attempted to try for a takedown by ducking his head. The blow was delivered when Sandhagen was in the air after jumping. Edgar was knocked out as a result and the fight was over shortly after. Sandhagen exclaimed, "I want that title" after the knockout, and his next opportunity to make a statement will come this weekend against TJ Dillashaw at UFC Fight Night.
Ну, не наверное, боец всегда сам должен решать, когда он завершает карьеру, но, честно говоря...
And that's how we conclude our list. Out of all these clips, which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below and I'll handpick and feature your comment in the following video. So don't forget to comment. Please make sure you hit the like button to show your support if you enjoyed the video. It was a pleasure to talk to you guys. Please like and share the video with your friends. Until next time.